What's up, Moxie fam? Y'all, hi. Welcome to our 2025 Mäksēlife Goal Setting Series. Y'all, I'm so excited that you are here. We have so much that you have in store for tonight. But first and foremost, we want to know if this is your first time here with us, joining us live for the very first time, let us know so we can give you a warm welcome. If you've been here for a while now, go ahead and let us know what year are you on using your Mäksēlife. Y'all, this is our 6th annual goal setting series, and I'm so excited because tonight we are talking about why planning hasn't been working and what to do instead with our amazing life coach and founder, Sierra Friend, y'all. So I hope you are ready. If you're ready, say ready in the chat. I'm going ahead and go say ready. But y'all, I'm so excited, and y'all, we're just ready to dive in. So we're going to jump in, and I know we got some first timers here. Hello.
Look at all these, you guys. We have a full house. I'm so excited to spend tonight with you. So in the past, we have covered a myriad of subjects or points of view or perspectives around goal setting. And tonight is a new one. It's one that you're going to have, you will have heard before, sometimes with us, probably elsewhere. But we're going to end with a takeaway and a perspective shift that I had a massive aha awakening moment with about a month or two ago. And it literally made me realize, oh my gosh, we have been focusing on the wrong thing this entire time. And I taught this to some people in the meantime. I've done it myself, and it literally has transformed my relationship with my goals, my relationship with the space that I exist in today or that I'll exist in the future, and also helps me have clarity and confidence of going towards the things that I actually genuinely want in life. And so I'm really excited to go over all of this stuff with you. I just want to let you guys know, because it's been a question that's been asked, what do you need for tonight to be prepared? Tonight, we are not going to go through the actual goal setting, how to set goals. If you want that kind of direction, you can go to our YouTube playlist, and we've got every year our goal setting series has a different focus. I can't remember what year it is, but I believe it's 2021 where we went through every single step. So you can go through that and kind of have us hold your hand. I know Darian's counting.
I want to say it's 2020. 2020. Yes.
Is it 2020 or 2021?
I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 2020 and we walked through everything. Yes.
Each year, I like to focus on topics or perspectives that are very applicable to what we're experiencing in the world and kind of what I see happening around mindset shifts and where people's current challenges are, where their most friction is. And so tonight is going to be about why planning, even goal setting, hasn't been working for you and what to do instead. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I want you to know that you are in the right place. If you're exhausted, if you feel overwhelmed, if you're feeling unmotivated, wondering why everything feels so much harder than it used to, that is so incredibly real. Please give me a hands up or say, heck yeah, in the comments if that is true.
100, all the above.
Seriously, because the world's crazy right now. And it is a time when everybody and everything is vying for our attention, our energy is spread thin, and it makes it really difficult when the world is crazy and we have to respond, react, or maneuver ourselves around all of that chaos. It makes it really hard and unmotivating for us to think about, like, well, what's a goal and who has time for that right now? I'm barely getting out of bed in the morning, or I have zero energy. I'm just barely hanging on. I hope by the end of our time together, I really hope that I will have imparted in you a belief that goals don't have to be the way that we've always been taught to view them, that goals are actually currently happening in your life, whether you set what that end result is or not. You are creating your life, your future, with every decision, with every ounce of energy or attention that you give to something or not. That is creating what your future looks like. And small shifts will take us very far in the right direction or the wrong. And so I'm going to simplify things for you guys in a way that is going to scratch your brain in the best way, but I need you guys to hang in there through to the very, very end, because that's where the perspective shift comes. But in the meantime, I want to talk about like the problem, kind of the friction of where we're all at, because all of us are kind of carrying that mental load, that uncertainty, and that emotional fatigue that we've never really experienced before. And you guys, I started Mäksēlife in 2019. Our first year was 2020 when the pandemic hit. So the last 5 years have been crazy. I feel like we're constantly talking about unprecedented times, what's normal, and how do we navigate our way through it. Mm-hmm. 2026 is the year that we're like, we don't care. We don't care what's going on, because we're going to just focus on the stuff that we have control over. And that's a lot. It is a lot. And if that's what we focus on, what we do have control over, that will completely shift the way that we see ourselves, our lives, our families, our homes, our communities in a totally different light that starts to fill our tank up instead of taking it down. So that's what tonight is all about. The world feels unpredictable. Our responsibilities feel heavier. And even when we want things to change, we don't always have the clarity or capacity to make it happen. And tonight, my goal is to help shift that for you guys. Yes. All right. If goal setting or planning or any of that stuff feels overwhelming to you, or you haven't accomplished things that you want in your life, even if it's something small, like just feeling less stressed out, or taking better care of your mind or body, or getting better sleep, or feeling more connected to your people, it doesn't mean you're unmotivated if you're not, or bad at follow through if you're not accomplishing those things. It just means you're human. The world is crazy, and you're likely stuck in the invisible pattern that nearly everyone finds themselves in. And that is the messy middle. And so we're going to talk about the messy middle tonight.
Oh, we
And
get messy. We get messy.
we're going to get messy. We're going to get messy. But what I want to talk about is just real quick, tell you guys what to expect. This goal setting series is a 2-night. My hope is to have this done within an hour, 60 to 90 minutes. We won't be taking questions tonight. We will tomorrow. But I'm going to introduce to you why you stay stuck and how to move again. So we're going to go through a grounded breakdown of the messy middle, what it is, how it shows up, why it keeps you circling your goals instead of moving toward them. And then we're going to end with a simple framework that makes everything feel easier. I'm going to really go into that tomorrow and night 2, which is the way through. And that's where we're going to take what you learned tonight, how it applies to you directly, and turn it into direction, momentum, and clarity so that you feel really empowered and inspired to step into your vision, your authenticity, and what really feels good to you in 2026. So
Let's go. I'm ready.
let's go.
Yes. But first, because I know we got some new members, cousins, aunties, uncles up in the Moxie fam, and we want to let you know who you are. And so first and foremost, y'all, we have Sierra French. She's our founder. She's a certified life coach and business coach. Sierra literally has over 20 plus years of experience in workshop facilitation, one-on-one group coaching. If you're in the club, you already know, you are experiencing her group coaching. Okay. Sierra's literally helped tens and thousands of people across the globe set and achieve their goals. You're here right now because she said yes. She took all of that amazingness and she put it into this amazing book and goal setting planner, which has literally changed so many lives. And I know y'all are here in the comments, and if it's changed your life, let me know. But Sierra is also a facilitator and coach for Mäksēlife's group coaching program, Club Moxie, which has literally guided over 1,000 plus members since 2021. Some of Sierra's clients include the NFLPA, Keller Williams Realty, UC Davis, Rakuten, Discovery, and you know what? I feel like there's going to be more coming in 2026. So I can't wait.
And of course, if you guys don't know her yet, Darian is the sunshine of Mäksēlife. She is our digital media director and has been with me since the very, very beginning in 2020 when you came on board. And we have been spending hundreds of hours together on camera. How many hours has it been? A lot.
It's been
a lot. We're like Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know. We're just peas and carrots. But Darian has grown into our digital media director here at Mäksēlife. She actually created and has perfected our digital planners, you guys, and our whole entire digital lineup. She is the mastermind behind that. Literally, I'm going to say the best digital planner on the market. I'm going to say that. I very rarely make those kinds of claims, but she has done it. She's also a speaker and facilitator for digital planning and organization. And then when she is not kicking butt with us here at Mäksēlife, she's an actor, a singer, a dancer, and a choreographer. So we love Dee. We love Dee. All right, let's talk about who we are, because there are a lot of newbies, but also those of you who've been with us for a while, we've kind of restructured who we are for 2026 and beyond. And I want to talk about, because each one of these are going to answer some questions. If you're looking for tools or tips on how to figure out where you're at, how to keep going, or how to remove the things that get in the way, we have got something for each one of you. So just really quickly, this year we just launched our Dream Self Workbook. It has literally blown out the door. I had no idea that it would be as popular as it's been, but it's a 92-page workbook that clarifies what you want and why it matters to you. It basically walks you through every single area of life in a very loving, honoring way. Those of you who have done Dream Self, please talk about it in the comments, because I know a lot of people are going to want that. But it is where you get to remember who you were before the world told you who you should be. Mäksēlife is our planning tools, and those are the planners and goal setting tools that basically allow you, it's a system that allows you to turn that vision, those goals, or the clarity that you have into action. So it's not like, oh, this is what I want on July 1st. Here's my goal. Here's my resolution. And then set it and forget it. We don't do that here. We're like, if something's important to you and you want it, or you want to feel a certain way, you want to experience something, we are there to hold your hand until you actually cross that finish line. And Moxie Life is the system and the products that will get you there. And then Club Moxie is our group coaching program that is now on our own app, and it's amazing. And I'm so excited for 2026. I'm going to share with you what our curriculum is at the very end of this presentation tonight. You guys are going to want to hear about it because we have spent months putting it together, and I'm really excited. It is basically an amalgamation of everything that you guys have asked for, what works and getting rid of what doesn't, and making it so clean, lots of white space, lots of expected cadence so you know exactly what to expect. It is basically a place where you go to be in community to remove the things that get in the way of what your vision is, or continuing to have momentum with your system. So all three of those together, you don't need all three. If you want all three, then that's amazing, but we're going to help you kind of figure out where there is a tool that fits for exactly wherever you're at, whatever season of life you're in. Okay, our goal for you tonight. Now, I want you guys to put on different ears because a lot of the stuff I'm going to be talking about, you will have heard before, but in a different context. So tonight, what I want you to do, instead of thinking, oh, what goals am I going to set? I want you to think about where you spend most of your time in your process. What does your messy middle look like? Because I'm going to go over a bunch of different characteristics and adjectives and dialogue that happens when we're stuck in the messy middle. And it's really important that you identify what those things are, because at the end, I'm going to flip things around and I'm going to give you a formula tomorrow night and walk through it with you. I'm going to give you the formula a little bit tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to really walk through it with you with examples and help you apply it to your system so that when you start working on whatever it is in 2026 or beyond, that you'll be able to identify, I'm in the messy middle. Here's how I get out, and you'll be able to turn on a dime. And I'm really excited to share this with you. So what I want you to do is either take mental notes, or if you've got a pen and paper, just write down anything that's like, yep, this is me. Yep, I do this. Yep, I say this. Yes, this is what my messy middle looks like. Okay. So what parts of tonight talk do you see yourself in? Write them down. Okay. These are the most common reasons why people say, I don't set goals, or goals are overwhelming, or even Moxie Life feels overwhelming because you want me to set goals in 8 areas of life. Mm-hmm. This is the dialogue that goes through most of our brains because of the way that we were originally taught the goals should be. We don't do that here. We are a totally different system. We honor the person before we honor the achievement. And because if the person isn't in the best space and we're pushing them to go across that finish line, it all falls apart. And that's what society has taught us to do. It's what's reinforced in society to do. We don't do that here. So this is a little bit of a paradigm shift that I really want you to start thinking about how it applies to you. But most people think that their problem is motivation, time, or discipline. Things like I never follow through. That is the number one reason why people say they don't set goals, or they have a bad relationship with goals. I'm too busy, I'm too tired, or I'm in survival mode. That is so incredibly real for people right now. And by the way, if you are in this dialogue with yourself, no shame, do not feel bad about it. It is so human. It is so normal to feel this way. I just want you to know that the messy middle can exist and we can move our way out of it in a very easy way by the time we're done with this. I don't know what I want or where to start. I'll do it when, right? I'll do it when the kids move out, or I'll do it when this busy season is over. I'll do it when I feel better, or when I have more energy, or I have the plan all together, or I can't, or I'm not good at. These are the top 5 things that people say why they don't set goals, okay? But the real culprit is truly the messy middle. When I sat down and I was doing some work and figuring out, like, I was going through the Dream Self Workbook, writing that, was looking at the curriculum for 2026, and I was really thinking about, I see and I've seen thousands, tens of thousands of people go through our system, or work through our planners, or go through Club Moxie, or be in our free Facebook group. And I've seen where people get stuck, all of us, myself included. This is not, I'm exactly, and have been where you guys are at exactly. But what I started to notice was that there are certain parts of the planning and goal setting process that all of us got caught on. And as a coach, that I would actually focus on. I'd be like, oh, okay, what are the issues or challenges that we all experience when we're trying to create sustainable life change, or we're setting goals, or we want to make some kind of change in our life. And the messy middle often looks like overthinking, over preparing, starting but not continuing, feeling like you need more clarity, feeling like you should have it figured out by now, or feeling behind, cycling between big dreams but no action. Even worse, as a that is stopping dreaming because you never followed through. That's the worst. I hate when I see that.
You did all of this on here. I'm like, wait a second, pause, because I'm like, I have felt so guilty of doing these things, and I'm really curious, like, of looking at this. Where do we as a community, let me know in the comments which one of these is really resonating with you. I know for myself, I'm like feeling like I should have it figured out by now. Like that one is like the one that I like get so on.
And it's, like, and I felt every single one of these at different points in life. Different seasons are going to give us different perspectives of ourselves and what we're capable of, or what we have capacity for. There's so many different things that change as our world changes, as our circumstances changes, as our resources change. And so at any point, your starting point could be any one of these, and that's okay. But what I really want to hopefully have you walk away with tonight is that when you notice that you're in the messy middle, you'll pause and you're going to shift yourself out of that relationship. And it really is so incredibly simple. And I would consider this more of an advanced technique, but I'm going to present it to you in a way that is beginner friendly. So like, if you're just getting started with us, you're getting like gold nuggets, like right out of the bag, stuff that it's taken me 5 years to really actually realize, wow, wait, hold on, this is it. Okay, so, let's see, paralyzed by fear or doubt. That one's huge. That one's massive. And then thinking goals are too big for this season of life. Again, no judgment here. This is human. This is real. This is what being a human looks like. And it's okay to feel these things. We don't want to shame them or try and push them away. They're all information for us. But they're pitfalls that we fall into. What this can sound like is, once I get blank, fill in the blank, done or figured out, I'll start taking action. How many of you set goals and you're like, I want to start the business, or I want to buy the house, or, these big audacious goals. I know I want it. And you set it on January 1st, that New Year's resolution or that New Year's goal. And then you're like, but I've got to figure out all the steps to get there. And some of us go into hyper productivity mode in planning, thinking that we're making progress, yet we never take action, because we're thinking, that mindset is, once I get, and we'll always change what that blank space is. Well, I just need to figure out the steps. Okay, well, now I figure out the steps. Now I need more time. Or, oh, it's busy season. Or, right? It's always kind of just putting things off. That's all messy middle stuff. I'm not exactly sure what I want, so I'll wait. This isn't realistic, or this is selfish. That's very common. What will they think? Fearing judgment. That's a big one. If I don't have time, energy, or resources for this. And one of the biggest ones is, what if? What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I make this change and my life goes to shit? What if I invest my money or my time or energy into this and it doesn't end up the way that I hope it will? These are just common pitfalls. And if you guys can notice, this is all messy, right? This is all really messy stuff. Again, very human, but it keeps us stuck. The psychology behind this is that it's not procrastination or lack of desire or motivation. It's self-protection. It's the way that we protect ourselves. Okay. And I want to say that again. We do these things because at some point in our life, we either experienced, learned, or witnessed all of the things that our brain is saying, but, and keeps us in the messy middle. It's either something that we've been taught, it's something that we experience and like, that was not cool. I don't like that. I don't want that to happen again. Or, ooh, I saw someone do that and that's not good. Or, hey, it's never been done before. Or I don't have context around that, so I'm just not going to do it. It's scary. We're not the reason why things don't change for us when we want something to change, whether it's a relationship, a job, a state of mind, a feeling, an experience, anything, fill in the blank. The reason why we're not experiencing it isn't because we suck or we're inherently bad or there's something wrong with us. Oftentimes, you don't have to go very far. You're protecting yourself. It's a protection shield that we put up. And again, there's room and space for that, and that's all really important. But what happens is we get stuck there. I have been very guilty as a coach of coaching people through, I'm going back, these things. I have topics on, figuring out how to work your way through not a lack of clarity or dreaming big. I mean, I've talked about all those things. And if we're focusing on each and every aspect that could pop up during the messy middle, we spend a whole lot of time and energy trying to get out of things that are just human and somehow judging ourselves and thinking that we're bad or wrong or we need to change or get better because we're experiencing this very human thing. I want to really impart on you guys that our focus on the messy middle is the reason why we're not seeing any change in our lives. And it's really hard to have this mindset shift if you don't know what the solution is. And I'm so excited to give it to you guys because it really does work. Okay. So I want you to think as we're going through all of this, what changes would you make in your life if you knew for certain that it would work out? If you knew that it would all work out, right? You had the time, the energy, the resources, the fear wasn't there, all the messy middle pieces. What would you change in your life? How you want to feel, what you want to experience, what you're doing, how you're experiencing the world, how the world's experiencing you. What would change if you knew that it would work out? I want to talk about some line items of what the cost of the messy middle, and by us staying committed to this and society reinforcing this, because I said in the beginning, we are in a time where our time and energy and attention is being pulled on from so many areas that it leaves no time for us to actually do something in our lives that has meaning and movement for us. We get so exhausted that the last thing that we have time for are the things that actually really matter. And that's not just other people, like our family and our partners and our children and our community. It's also making time for us and honoring who we are, what season we're in, what our needs are, and really, truly what it is that we desire to have, and believing that we can get there. So the cost of the messy middle is lost momentum. You'll lose days, weeks, and even years spent circling what you want instead of moving towards it. You're going to have eroded confidence. So beginning to doubt your abilities because progress feels inconsistent or stalled. I've been there. There have been so many times where I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym X amount of times, and then I don't, and I just give up on it, right? It's because I'm focused on the messy middle. And I'm going to explain more of this paradigm shift tomorrow, a little bit more in depth with specific examples and different ways it shows up for us in each area of life. But tonight, I just want you to kind of sit with like, wow, this is what it's costing me by staying focused on the problem instead of what I want. So next is clarity that fades. So this happens, like, again, setting those goals on the first of every year. Are you remembering what that was in March? No, you forget what you wanted in the first place because either you've gotten busy or overwhelm has taken over. Your internal trust, your trust of self starts to break down. You feel like you can't rely on yourself to follow through. That is like, yuck.
Yeah.
And again, it's very real. It's human. This is like every single person here tonight and on Team Replay will have experienced this. This isn't like because we're broken or something's wrong with us or we haven't figured it out. This is just very real reality of what it feels like when we try to make change in our life. Emotional fatigue, carrying the mental load of unfinished goals opens loops and constant self-comparison. If we are avoidant of feeling shame or feeling bad about ourselves, we're going to be less likely to be willing to risk to dream or to set a goal, because we aren't going to want to go through the emotional meaning or emotional feelings or the meaning that we make about ourselves and our capability because we haven't followed through in the past. And that's not the relationship with goals or making life changes that I want you guys to have, especially not in our community. That's not how we do stuff here. Shrinking possibility. Staying stuck in the middle, it makes you set smaller goals or not dream at all because the big ones feel out of reach. And I bullshit to that, because if you want something in your life, you can absolutely have it. There is no reason. I don't care. Okay, you guys, I don't care who you are, what you've been through, where you grew up, what resources you have, where you live, where you work, what you've accomplished, what you don't accomplish, who loves you, who doesn't. I do not care. I do not care. If you want something in your life, you can get it 1,000%. And I mean that with my whole entire heart. I couldn't do this work if I didn't believe that. And I don't want you guys to give up on yourself just because like we've had the wrong focus all along. Self-criticism, interpreting normal human patterns as a personal weakness or flaw. We make all this meaning about ourselves and whether or not we can accomplish our goals or do those things that we want, or take that leap of faith into the unknown that we're scared to even consider. Life feeling like it's on hold. So knowing that something needs to change, but not knowing where to start, or feeling afraid, again, of the unknown. Inaction that masquerades as planning. This is a really big one. Spending time preparing instead of progressing. Most of us are planner people here. Okay. Planning is just a fancy, productive way of procrastinating. Putting those goals, needing to have all the steps. Oh, I know what I want, but I need all the steps to get there. Or I can't do it until I get all the steps. Or I'm going to plan my whole year. I'm going to plan my whole calendar. And I'm going to even see this too. Sorry, this is a very loving call out to those of us who write down goals on pages and we just forget about it. We're like, that's all that matters. I'm going to write it down on the page. It got on the page, or I checked it off on the box. But if we're not taking action and we're just writing the things down, it's very, very hard for us to actually get ourselves out of the messy middle. Okay, loss of alignment, Darian.
Chrissy said rude.
I'm sorry, guys, but it's and I have done and will do most of these things. And this is the thing, we will never get out of this. We just need to recognize when we're in it. It's not like once you figure stuff out, it never comes back. No, it comes back all the time. It's ever present. It's part of who we are. But we just, the key is the awareness and being like, oh, there I am again, instead of judging ourselves and beating ourselves up and wasting all this energy on stuff that's just really the human experience. Yeah.
Sarah, you just dropped a huge truth bomb, and my heart is trying to catch up to what you just said about like, you know, like we're never going to get out of it, but we need to recognize when we are in it. Like, wow. Like that's really hitting me really hard, because it's like, I think we always feel like, oh, we got to get out of this. We got to get out of this. We got to get out of this. And we don't need to come back to it. But realizing, like you said, like this is just a part of being human, and we need to be aware when we're in the middle. Oh, Sierra, that's so good. Oh.
And also to remember, you guys, that part of us is scanning for danger and fear. It's looking for, hey, don't do anything that's going to feel yucky. It's the part of us that protects us. You know, some of the work that we've done in Club Moxie, we've done some work around our inner critic. And one of the most profound, I think, shifts that I've ever had around my mindset was when one of my mentors explained to me that inner critic that was so loud, and I just let that puppy sit in the driver's seat all the time. And that inner critic was so mean, got me lots of places, but it was abusive as hell the whole way through. When I had the mindset shift that is actually something that is protecting us, I was able to change the relationship that I had and be like, wait a second. Hey, thanks for showing up and being the alarm bell and saying, wait, danger, danger ahead. But you should not be in the driver's seat. You should not be the one making the decisions. I need to bring in my future self or my, adult self that has a better, more balanced view of the world and my place in it and the meaning that I make around myself in this world instead of the critic. And so anyway, just small little mindset shifts that will make a big difference. And then finally, being stuck in the status quo or in your comfort zone. So accepting how things are, even though you wish they were different. This is so seductive. The comfort zone, it's cozy there. And it's also the place that I see a lot of people say, I don't need to set goals. I'm fine. Things are good. Like, there's always something. And I don't say this in a way that like fix yourself or there's always something you've got to make better. This is not at all what I'm saying. But very rarely, and I can say this, I'm like in this work all the time, 24/7. There's always a way that I could show up for myself better. There's always a way that I could meet my needs better. There are ways that I could love my people better. There are ways that I can feel more connected to the world and my purpose, or I could have more fun or play or whatever it is, fill in the blank. There's always something that would make me feel like my time on this planet was spent really damn well. And that it's not those finish lines that we're going towards or the productivity or the achievement or the hustle. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the life that everything outside of us is trying to take us away from. So status quo, no. Okay, I've heard all of this, Sierra. I've heard all of this, but okay. I had to throw this in there. Look, notice the lack of graphics. Okay, I had to throw that in there. Okay, but do you know that the focus shift needed to get your way out of the messy middle? So let's talk about that real fast. All right, by shifting our focus, and I want to share this with you guys because it's really important. When you adopt what I'm going to go through with you in depth tomorrow night, you will these things will start to show up for you almost immediately. So when you change your focus, you're going to build momentum. That means you're going to start feeling the ability to start and keep going. The small wins that build confidence, the energy that comes from taking action, and the sense of I'm moving towards something. Even if it's small, it doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter. You get confidence, belief in your ability to follow through. Again, size doesn't matter. All you need is just little pings in your brain and your focus of these things, just tiny little things, and it starts to grow. It's like a new muscle that we're not used to flexing or using. These things start to pop up. The more that we use it, the more that we experience it, the greater that it shows up in our life. So you'll trust that you can handle what you want, okay? Willingness to take risks. This is a big one. This is something that I know a lot of people say, I don't know what to put down on my goals. I don't know what that is. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you knew that there were no risks to move towards that thing that you really want, that change that you feel like you need, a way to feel happier in your life, to feel better, to experience yourself and the world in a different way. If you knew that there was no risk involved, I guarantee you would feel more comfortable writing that down on that piece of paper. And so but focusing on the risk is the messy middle, okay? You'll feel more capable instead of hesitant. You're gonna get clarity. You're gonna have a clean sense of direction. You're gonna know what matters and why. You're gonna have the ability to make decisions without spiraling, and you'll have a stable internal North Star. It's very hard to knock people off track when they know where they're going and they have that North Star. And again, this isn't something you write down on January 1st. It's this constant refocus that I'm going to introduce to you guys tomorrow night. And then internal trust, the confidence that you'll show up for yourself, the feeling of being reliable to you, the faith that your future self can handle things, and the courage to take imperfect steps without fear. And this is the big one. Emotional ease. You're going to have peace of mind. You're going to have room to breathe. You're going to have a break from the mental load and the relief of not constantly battling yourself. Can you put us back on screen? I'm going to come back to this. I want to have a little chit chat with you guys a little bit more in depth. Okay.
Let's lay close, y'all. Get real close.
Come closer. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm going off script, and that's how we're going to do things tonight. One of the things that I see and I've experienced in my own life, but that I see in the world at large. But especially with those of us who were socialized as women in this landscape that we're in currently, I really want to say that it's really easy for us to say, I don't have time or energy to do the things that I want to do, or make time for myself, or make time for the things that really matter. And it's really easy to say, I'm looking at this big thing. What is the first thing that pops in your head? Think of a big goal you have. I know, Darian, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's a big goal you have? You don't just
seriously, to meet people in their homes weekly through a television show.
Okay. So it would be really easy. I love that, by the way. I see that for you. But by the way, you're kind of doing it right now.
I am doing it. I'm living the dream, y'all.
You have a TV network, but you're on people's TVs in their
on YouTube TV on the Mäksēlife channel. It's a weekday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go.
But we think about the dream, right? Or we think about what it is that we want. It could be something like, my whole family just sold everything and moved to a whole new country. And our life has literally felt like someone just threw up popcorn or a snow globe, and the snow is still snowing. And I'm like, I just want to feel grounded. And it's really easy to be like, to feel grounded, I need, and you've got the whole list and steps and all the things, right? And then what is the next thing that happens? You feel overwhelmed, or the negative self-talk and meaning starts to come in, right? We are in the messy middle when that happens. What I really want to stress to you, and I can say this with so much confidence, and this is something that I can only say because of the amount of time that I have spent in this work, with the amount of people that I have worked with, and the amount of people that I have had the honor to be a part of their process, that you will actually have more time, more energy, more bandwidth when you do make time for those things that you really want. When you do get into alignment with your needs and the dreams that you have, you will have more. It's not less, but it's so easy. Like I said, it's so seductive to be like, I can't, because again, the messy middle, it starts to overwhelm, and then we don't take action. Okay, go ahead and throw it back up.
Oh, that's so good, Sierra. That's so good. You are, y'all. She is stepping on our necks tonight. Okay.
Okay, let's see. All right. The old mindset of doing goals keeps you in the messy middle, right? What is it you're working towards? Go, don't stop. If you do, you failed, you don't follow through, all the meaning making. The Moxie way of doing goals takes you out of the messy middle so that you can achieve your desired result with less friction and more ease. All right. Here are 3 questions. I'm going to introduce it to you, but I'm going to really, really, really bring it home tomorrow night. Okay. Because I really want to spell this out so that there is no doubt in your mind by the end of our time this week of how to get yourself out of the messy middle when you find yourself there. Where am I headed? And what's the desired outcome? So these are 3 questions. Where am I headed? Okay. And you can start small. Again, if your protector shows up at the thought of something big, start small. You can worry about the big stuff later. Just do what has energy for you. Do what feels right. Low hanging fruit, low effort. We do that here. That space, by the way, those people who tell you, oh, this is not a big enough goal, or, oh, that's a task, or I say to hell with that. I will tell you, I've been in this long enough. If it's something that improves your life, it's a goal. I don't care if it means that you get out of bed and you shower in the morning, or you pick up that phone and make that call, or you quit your job because it's not working for you. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. If it makes your life better, it is a goal, period. If it makes you feel better, it's a goal. And size doesn't matter. We're not here with a measuring stick. We're not grading you on your effort and the steps and how perfectly you got your way there, or even if you got there. Because I'm going to say something else. There will be goals that you guys are going to set as you start to open up your mindset, or your possibilities of what this could potentially be. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be like, I want it. Yes, I'm going to dream. And you don't go there. You don't cross that finish line. You don't achieve it. And that's okay, because guess what? When you trust yourself more, you will see the things that you didn't achieve as information, as just an adjustment. You'll believe that it was sent, that you're on the right path, that you'll figure it out as you get there. But when you stop believing that, is because, again, you're getting stuck in the messy middle, and it's messy there, and there's no way to get rid of that. Yet we think, if I solve all of these messy middle issues, then I can have that dream life, or I can have that dream job, or the dream relationship, or I can feel my best. Whatever that is, I'm going to fix all the messy middle. No, messy middle is always there. Stop with madness. Where are you going? Where do you want to go? What's your desired outcome? That's it. Get very clear on what that is. If you don't know what that is, the Dream Self Workbook will absolutely help you get there. Then where am I now? Because where I'm at today is very different than the girl that was sitting in front of this computer a year ago. I'll be very, very different a year from now, and I absolutely love that. I have no idea what's to come. I can do my best to plan on what that's going to be. I can set my intention, but all that really matters today in this moment is where I am right now. Okay? And then what's the next best step? Where am I right now? Where am I going? And what's the damn thing I need to do next? I don't care about what the messy middle is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because, by the way, even if I did try to plan the messy middle and come up with solutions and tips and tools and plan it out and have it all be perfect, I guarantee you life is going to throw a curveball, especially now. Life's going to throw a curveball, whether it's politics or economy or our family or relationships or our jobs. Like, shit's messy. It's messy. We don't care. We do not care. Where am I going? What do I want? Where am I today? And what is the next best step? All right. This is kind of where I'm going to kind of wrap things up. I wanted to give you this visual because this is like exactly how, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, okay, wait, this is where we're all at, right? Is that messy middle: procrastination, perfectionism, lack of confidence. We're stuck in comfort, fear of the unknown, fear of making a mistake, fear of doing it wrong, fear of judgment, blah, 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 blah. Like all the stuff, right? Avoiding action, over planning. This is like, you go to life coaches, you buy books, you learn things, you talk to people about all these things to get over them. I'm not joking, you guys, when I tell you how incredibly simple it is to just say right now, where am I right now with this thing, whatever that thing is, or where do I want to go? What is that desired outcome? Where am I right now? And what is the next best step that's going to move me there? And then to trust that the path will reveal itself underneath your feet as you take that first action. And for those of you who've been with Club Moxie and with us for a while, you know that power appointments is a really big thing that we talk about. It's like, set the clock for 15 minutes and just choose to do like that next best step, whatever that is. This is kind of that same like philosophy, but on a much larger scale. So I wanted to give you this visual because, sorry, hold on. Because I think it's really important for us to see that we think goal achievement, life change, feeling better, experiencing the things that we want to have is somehow solved or found as we navigate our way through that red zone. Did I lose you guys? Sorry.
You're back. You're back.
Are you there?
I literally was double checking. I hear you. You're back.
Oh, shoot.
Do you hear us, Sierra?
Okay, are we back?
We're back.
Oh, thanks, guys. Listen, Costa Rica internet is something to deal with.
Listen, the community says, like, when you leaned in, we need you to say it again. It's okay. It's okay.
I already forgot where I was at, but I'm nervous that the internet is going to keep going out. But I really just, I wanted to give you guys this visual. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow night. But let's go ahead and like move on because I have homework for you guys. So I've introduced a lot of concepts in philosophy here tonight, but I really want you to identify what your messy middle looks like. Okay, because we all know, like, oh yeah, I overplan, or I feel like I can't do it until I have the whole plan figured out. I'm worried about what people will think. What will my parents say? What will my partners say? Or, oh my gosh, what if I change jobs and I hate it? Or it doesn't work out? Like, what is that going to do to my, financial situation? Right? There's all these what ifs, all these things. Whatever that messy middle looks like for you, get really clear on what that is. Because we're going to, when those things start to pop up, for you specifically, I hope that you'll have a list of like, okay, wow, this is my self-awareness. Again, we don't get rid of it. I love this part of me because it's protected me from some stuff in the past, and it may protect me in the future. But when this pops up, I'm going to take an assessment and an inventory of whether or not it's real, and is it necessary, and is it taking me away from my focus on the desired outcome. Then we move through it. We decide where we're at, what we're working towards, and what that next best step is. Okay. So you're going to identify what your messy middle looks like. Where do you get stuck most often? Bring this to tomorrow night. Okay. And start thinking about what you do or change if you knew something you desire would work out. Okay. Again, if you knew, you've heard this many times, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? It's kind of like that, but like really genuinely, like if those things in the messy middle have stopped you from even dreaming of it, let alone taking action towards it, what are those things? Keep it private. You don't have to share it with anyone, but start thinking. You don't even have to write it down, but start thinking what that is. What is even just one thing tomorrow night? Because my goal is for you guys by the time we're done this week, that you will have a little bit more confidence and a little bit more of a plan of how to get into action for that one thing that's going to make a difference in your life. And then from there, it starts to explode. It starts to become like a snowball going down a hill. And I've seen it in our community. You can tell we have certain people that have been with us for a while. And you can see when that light bulb goes off, and they stop worrying about that messy middle, and they start making those decisions to just what's that next best step. And it's amazing what starts to happen. And do I keep freezing?
A little bit, but we still hear you.
Okay. All right. Let's go. I want to talk real quick about Club Moxie because, you guys, we just announced the curriculum for this. It's going to take 2 seconds to go over this. There's a lot here. Never before have we done a full curriculum for the year ahead of time, and we did that this year. So we have a full 12-month calendar. It's the year of you. We are focusing on every single area of life. I'm so excited to share this with you. So if you go to our website, Mäksēlife.com, under the Club Moxie tab, you will have an opportunity to read every single month's focus, what you can expect to get out of that. But I just want to give you a quick overview. If you are interested in doing a year-long program that will help you work through all of this stuff specific to every area of life, this is a really great program for you. I'm going to give you a discount at the end here in a couple minutes. But we're going to have a monthly focus on one key area of life every single month. It is actually set up to be a natural rhythm of the calendar year. So we didn't go in order that our planner is. We went in order of what makes the most sense. I'll talk about that in a second. You're going to get a monthly playbook. It's kind of a new spin on how we're going to be doing the curriculum this year. My hope is to make this so easy. You know exactly what to expect, when to expect it, and have it be so clean and organized with lots of white space that there is absolutely no overwhelm when you step into our program. And we've been doing this for a really long time. I feel like we have finally, it's always been good, you guys. Like it's our community just continues to grow literally every single year. And it's better than ever. It's on our new app. It's off of Facebook. It's super organized. Plus you have 5 years of content. You can go back. Every single training, every single workbook we've ever done is there in a beautiful library, super organized. If you are needing community or like-minded people, our community is so amazing. I have not been looking at the comments, but I know clubbies are here.
Oh, they in here, and they showing up and showing out as always, and I love it.
Yes, they're truly amazing human beings. You're also going to get a monthly training, which we've always had, a Q&A, weekly goal setting sessions to help you integrate your work. You're going to have general guidance that we walk you through a 4-week cadence. This is all going to be on our website. I'll talk a little bit more about it again tomorrow because there's a lot. It's a whole year. I don't want to go into it too much tonight. And then the end goal of every single month is you're going to have a life map page, a single page, and you can update this page as you want or need, but this page is going to be very incredibly clear on what your values are, what your vision, your direction is, what kind of support needs you have for each thing, for each area of life. And that can be your blueprint that you take into your goal setting this year or every year in the future. It's an amazing system that we've set up. I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait. And it's going to be really amazing. So I just want to go over this real fast. So the topics for each month, January is going to be a year of you. This is where we're going to identify what your season is. Where are you? So talking about that messy middle, literally we're starting off with where are you at? What do you need? What do you have bandwidth for, capacity for? And we're going to honor you. You're going to honor you. We're going to set you up to really honor what that is so that every decision, every effort, every choice, every goal that you set for this year is in perfect alignment for what you are capable of, and to just really rebuild the relationship that you have with yourself and with your goals and dreaming again. February is going to be personal. March is going to be financial, right before tax season. Physical environment in April is, I don't know, spring cleaning. I know, spring cleaning. May, health and wellness. That's usually when people start thinking about, moving their bodies and the sun's out, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. I know those of you in Australia and other southern parts don't have the same seasons as us, but most of us are starting to move our bodies more when the sun comes out. In June, fun and recreation right before the summer. July and August, this is something new. We've always done season of yes. We're now also going to have 2 tracks. So we're going to have a dual track. So there's going to be a season of yes and a season of no, depending on what season of life you're in. And we've shortened it. So it's only 2 months. We're going to have a mid-year refresh that we're going to do with all of you, whether you're in club or not. That's the first week of July, the first week of this track. We're going to do that. We'll have dates that we'll post to you guys later. Then there will be a 6-week track of season of yes or season of no. And then we're going to have 1 extra week where we are going to plan for fall or the season or back to school, whatever fits your life. So there's this natural cadence through the year that we didn't want to fight against what's going on in our lives. We really want to have this be something that helps booster you up and make you feel like, okay, I am on the right track. I have the support when I need it in the ways that I need it. I'm not working against myself and my natural rhythms or resources. I'm good. And we've got that for you. So we thought about all of this ahead of time. Then September, work and learning. October, family and relationships right before we hit the holidays.
Yeah.
November, spirituality and personal growth. And December 2027, wild to be saying
crazy.
that.
Think about.
And planning. So here is the, you guys get $50 off your first quarter with the code goal setting. So this is going to be good through the end of this week. Those of you who are team replay or you catch us after this window, come to our website and you can see any new promotions that we may or may not have. But please sign up for this. This is going to be the last promotion we're going to do before the end of the year. I highly recommend doing this now. I am so excited for this. It is going to be absolutely amazing this year. Oh, look at that. Right on the dot.
You really did. You really did right on the dot.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Yes. And you want to use the code goal setting.
Goal setting. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry about my internet, you guys. It's wild over here.
It was actually perfect because you're talking about the buildup and then you froze and we were all like, we're waiting. But then we also needed a moment to marinate because you were dropping some gold nuggets on us. And I just think we all needed to digest all of that tonight. So it all ended up working out, y'all. But I am so looking forward to tomorrow. Y'all, thank you for hanging out with us in the comments. Go home, do your homework, and we will see you back here tomorrow for part 2 of Stepping Out of the Messy Middle for our 2025 Moxie Life Annual Goal Setting Series. We love y'all, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.